What's up guys, Justin here with therenderingessentials.com, back with another Lumion and Twinmotion comparison video. So in the last video we talked about comparing the landscape functions inside of these two programs. In today's video we're going to talk a little bit more about the materials functions and how you add and adjust materials inside of both programs. Now we're just going to do kind of a comparison of what's available so that you can see some of the strengths and some of the weaknesses of each one. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. So one thing I want to point out when I'm doing this comparison is between the two programs, I'm going to be using this SketchUp model that I've imported into Twinmotion, and then the example model here inside of Lumion. This is one of the programs that, or one of the models that comes with Lumion. I will say don't compare the overall view here, because obviously a lot more work has gone into this one than has gone into this one. So you can't really look at this one and say, well, that's not as good of a rendering as the other one, because obviously not, because one's just a SketchUp model I brought in fast, and then this is like a Lumion highlight model. So it's more for an example of how things work rather than a comparison of, oh look, this looks worse or better than the other program. So I'm just going to use these two models to demonstrate some of the features contained inside the material libraries. So to start off, I want to take a look at the interface of each program and how you apply those different materials. So I figured we could start off with Lumion and just take a look at the way that you apply materials inside of the program. So you can see how in order to apply materials inside of Lumion, you go to the material editor, and from there you click on a material and then you can edit its properties. So I single click on a material and the material properties window pops up. So from a comparison standpoint, all of these options are down in the lower left hand corner of your screen inside of Lumion, with a number of different bars and tabs and things like that. There's also some extended settings down here that you can get to by clicking on this arrow. So in general, that's how you look at these, and then you can come in here and you can click on something in your material library to like change a material or something like that. So in general, that's how you apply materials to a Lumion model. Inside of Twinmotion, the way that it works is you still have your library. You have your library of materials on the left hand side here, and you can click on materials in order to adjust those, and then you use the eyedropper to select different materials. So like for example, this concrete material, you can select that using the eyedropper, and instead of selecting a material and then clicking on one up here, what you do instead is you find a material that you like and you just drag it in. So you can see how I can drag this in and it's going to replace this material right here. And one thing I want to go ahead and note now is so in Lumion, when you replace a material, you kind of replace it everywhere. So really anywhere where this material that's been marked as paving is, if I select this and then I select a new material, like let's say we picked like this concrete or something like that, you can see how that's getting replaced everywhere this paving material is inside of your model. As far as I know, that's the only way to replace those materials inside of Lumion. Let me know if I'm wrong on that, but that means anywhere this paving material has been applied, this is going to get replaced with this new material over here. So whatever I select, that's going to replace paving pretty much anywhere. Where in Twinmotion is while inside of Lumion, you can only replace that one material everywhere. You can actually do this a little bit separately inside of Twinmotion, and this has to do with the way that your model is broken down inside of your selection tree over here. So like for example, let's say that I replace this wood material right here, then let's say we had a couple other objects in here. I'll just bring in like a couple of primitives real quick. So let's say that I had two more boxes in here that also had this wood material associated with them. Well, because those are broken up as separate items inside of your selection tree here, not only do you have the option to replace that material everywhere, so like for example, let's say I wanted a lighter wood material here, you can see how if I drag that lighter wood material onto this box, it's replacing that wood material everywhere. However, if I was to select this and click on the apply to object function, so instead of applying this instead of setting this to apply wherever the material is, if you set that apply to object function, you can see how I can just apply that to my model right here without replacing the materials on each one of these boxes. So being able to individually apply individually apply materials, I think, is one of the strengths of working in Twinmotion when you do a comparison here. So now I want to do a quick look at the material libraries inside of each program, because both programs come with different materials that you can apply and swap out on different faces. So both of those have a library that you can use. You can see how inside of Lumion there's a number of different kinds of objects like leathers and stones and all sorts of indoor and outdoor materials that you can apply in here. So like I could apply like a wood planks or something like that, and you can see how there's just a number of different materials that you can apply. And then with each one of those materials you can still come in after the fact and adjust them. So if I just double click on this, you can adjust like the map scale size and the locations. We'll talk more about those features in just a second, but this contains a fairly large material library. And what I like about this material library is it does have some materials from outside sources. So like for example, if I click on page 3, I've got a bunch of materials from polygon.com, which is a very high quality, almost commercial level material supplier or a texture supplying website. And so a lot of those are inside of this library for quick use without you having to import external materials or anything like that. So Twinmotion is kind of the same way in the sense that it has a number of different materials inside of it that you can pick from. So you can see how I have a whole bunch of different woods, and there's just a ton of different materials to choose in here. You can search inside of these, inside of the materials section of your editor. Now I will note in this area, the material library contained inside of Lumion seems to contain more options. Now, I don't think it's 100% fair to say, well, Lumion just has better library materials, because I think some of that may have to do with the transition over to Epic Games and some licensing things and stuff like that. So they may have removed some materials from this library, but I would say just built-in materials, you're going to have more options inside of Lumion at the moment than you're going to have inside of Twinmotion. Now, if we get to the point where this kind of interfaces with Unreal Engine or something like that, that kind of changes that whole game. So that's something everybody's kind of waiting to see. But at the moment, I would say there's a fair amount more materials inside of Lumion just out of the box than there are out of Twinmotion. So one other feature inside of Lumion right now that I think is a fair amount superior to what's contained inside of Twinmotion is the ability to adjust the kinds of materials in here. So like for example, if I was to come in here, and we'll just use this tile example, it's not really ideal, but we're going to use it anyway. So not only can you set this with different materials inside of your library, you can also set this as custom types of materials. So like for example, if I wanted this to be a glass, I would just click on glass, and then I can adjust all of these different things, so transparency and other things like that. So not only can you apply materials to these things as well as colors, which you can do inside of Twinmotion, you can also set these as things like water. So I can adjust this as water, or I can set this as water, which in this case is kind of a weird example because this is a 3D shape, but you can set like flat places as water as well, and then really kind of adjust those to have different effects and things like that. You can also, there's a waterfall function, so if you have like a vertical material, you can set this to be kind of a waterfall. But then one of the really powerful functions in here is you can actually set this as a landscape material. And so what that means is if you set that as the landscape material, then Lumion is actually going to come in here and it's going to apply the grass material in here in the same way that it's applying it to everywhere else that's been set as landscape. So you can actually use this to set an area as a landscape material so that it can quickly have the grass and everything else applied to it. So we'll go ahead and set this back to what it was. The other thing that I think is a little bit superior inside of Lumion right now is you can actually apply a 3D glass material or a 3D grass material to a face. So if I click on this paving, for example, and then I come in here and I go to my nature properties, I can apply a 3D grass to any material in here. So you can actually set this and apply a 3D grass, where inside of Twinmotion there's not really a function for applying grass to a material right now. What you have to do instead is you have to come into your nature settings and use your vegetation tools in order to kind of spread grass in here as kind of a 3D object. So like for example, I would take grass and I would click and add this in here, which is fine, but then it gets a little bit tricky trying to keep that like just on one face and make sure everything's filled in. So the ability to apply grass as a material and then have that show up in 3D is something that I think Lumion has a little bit of the edge on right now. I'm hoping something like that gets added to Twinmotion in the future. So from a material editing standpoint, a lot of these have very similar features. So like for example, both of these materials or both of these programs are going to let you adjust like the X and Y offset of where materials are going to sit on faces inside of your renderings. So you can adjust that on both of these. You can adjust the map scale on both of these, as well as applying bump maps and things like that. They both have the ability to do that. They both have the ability to adjust like the gloss and the orientation. So you can see how I can set the heading inside of Lumion. Kind of the same thing inside of Twinmotion, where if I select like this wood material, for example, you can adjust all the reflections in here and how much that reflects light. You can adjust the scale. You can adjust the XY orientation as well as the rotation in here. So those are fairly similar. I want to focus more on the differences between the two and kind of what each one has to offer, because they both have things to offer, I think, that are very valuable. And so I want to give you kind of an idea of the difference. So with Lumion, for example, one of the things that kind of makes this unique is if you go down into your extended settings, you can adjust your weathering of your materials. So like for example, if I was to take this stone material and I can adjust the weathering on this so this actually looks like a weathered material. So you can see how if you drag this all the way to the right, it adds this kind of like almost mossy, worn down look to this, or you can move this back to the left and add just a little bit of wear or none at all, but you can use this to look weathered. And then you can also use this slider to adjust your edges and how weathered those edges look. So you can see how if I drag this all the way to the left, these are just square edges. If I drag this to the right a little bit, it's kind of rounding these off and simulating that weathering material in here. So being able to add weathering is a really good way to make this look a little bit more realistic. So the other thing that you can do inside of inside of Lumion is for a material like this one, like this tile, for example, you can also add foliage to it. So if I was to we'll turn my leaf size up. You have to adjust your ground level to a certain point, but you can see how when I start adjusting my ground level to this point, I can actually add leaves to this face. I can add like mossiness to this face. And so I can adjust like the spread of the leaves, like how many are in here, as well as the size of the leaves and the type, and also the kind of pattern that's in here. So you can use this to add like foliage and growth like this to different materials inside of Lumion. So that's kind of a unique feature that I haven't really seen anywhere else. On the other hand, Twinmotion allows you a couple of other functions. So the first thing Twinmotion does that I think is really powerful is for materials, it gives you more slots for different PBR maps. So different maps like reflection maps and metallic maps. So if you go in here inside of Twinmotion, you can apply your diffuse map, which is just your actual image, but you can also apply reflection maps. You can also apply metallic and bump maps in here, as well as like an emissive map, which allows you to set how things are going to emit light and where things are going to emit light. So just being able to load in those different maps, especially if you're bringing in your materials from a high quality source, can be a real game changer in how realistic these materials look. So inside of Lumion, I believe you can add your color map and your normal map. I don't think there's a way to add in other kinds of maps inside of Lumion right now. So these are kind of your two options, is your color map and your normal map. You may be able to do something with your alpha mapping as well, but generally speaking, it just doesn't have the same number of slots right now for applying those PBR material maps. So that's a really powerful feature. The other function that that Twinmotion has that Lumion does not is the ability to animate a texture. And sorry I keep going back to the wood, it's just the most visible thing here. So what this allows you to do is if you go into your material settings under the scale, not only is there the ability to move your X and your Y to move this material around, Twinmotion actually gives you the ability to animate motion of a texture. So like for example, if you had a water or something like that, or if you wanted to animate like an escalator or a people walk or something like that, you can definitely do that inside of Twinmotion. So that allows for some interesting possibilities in here, and it's kind of a unique function. I haven't seen anything like it in Lumion or really many other programs either, but it definitely gives you those different options for different things that you want to do. So overall, picking between the two, I think is going to depend on the features that you like. So if you like being able to apply that individual material to individual objects, then Twinmotion is going to be a little bit stronger. If you like a bigger material library and some of those other like weathering features and being able to apply grass, like 3D grass to materials, then maybe Lumion is going to be a good fit. I think they both have great features, but I think they're a little bit different, and I think which one's going to be the best for you is really going to depend on what you're trying to do. But that's where I'm going to end this video. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. Did you find this helpful? Is there anything I missed in this comparison? I just love having that conversation with you guys. If you like this video, please remember to click that like button down below. If you're new around here, remember to click that subscribe button for new rendering content every week. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.